and today we have a very interesting game. It's still an open beta, like just came out. It's called RailRoads Online. Now I've been wanting a game kind of like this for a while, and something finally came out. And it's still open beta, like I said, it just came out, so there's going to be more stuff added to it. I went ahead and already laid the track down to the logging camp there. Hopefully later we'll start heading over to the sawmill, and then all of these will be eventually connected somehow into the line. But as you can see, the iron mine, probably the coal mine, the smelter are all probably going to have bigger engines to do that. But anyways, this is the train car setup that we have. I have done only one load with it yet, and that was just to kind of test the track and see if it's going to be working just fine. There's one spot I had a hiccup, and that's operator error, not track error necessarily. So we're running with 7 cars, and then if we look in here, you can see I'm in the hole, $1,700, and that's because I went ahead and bought all 7 cars, which leaves you with like $100 and something left. Well, then I went ahead and did all of my tree cutting, which it'll let you go into the hole with tree cutting, but not car purchases. So I figured it'd be better, instead of having all the trees cut out in only one car, just go ahead and have multiple cars and then go in the hole because of the trees. That way we can come out of it a little bit quicker. Hopefully. Now, the track is not the most perfect track, but it's done and it works. So I'm just not touching it for a second. Uh, had a few issues with saving. Kind of forgot to save it, and it didn't save the world, so I've already tried to record this video probably like 3 times. Had the track laid all the way out to the logging camp, and forgot to save it, so when I logged back on the next day, it was all gone. This time, I have actually managed to save it, so we should be good to go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take the brake fully off, make sure the reverser's fully forward, and we'll pump her up to about 10%. That's all I really want to be running in the yard here, and in some portions of the track. Just about 10% reg from a stop usually is pretty good. So we'll talk about like this section when we come back through, but what we need to know for right now is this track is one track into the whatchamacallit, the freight depot, and then this is the secondary track, so it does loop. But as you can see, there's obviously switches and stuff like that, and that's why I said we'll get back into that later. So yeah, every time we come into here, it doesn't really matter which way this track is set if we're going to the freight depot. If we're trying to go somewhere else, then we have to be going that way, unless we want to try to back in if we're coming that way. Anyways, enough of that. I am enjoying the beautiful scenery, like look at that. I mean, yes, I know it's a game, it's not like the real life thing, but it looks pretty good for a game, to be honest, and an early access beta one. And it's actually really smooth running. There are a lot of bugs with it, but it's just part of having an open beta. You know, you're gonna have bugs at first. Even GTA 5 had bugs at first, a lot actually. So, and they had a lot of money back in them. But like I said, I've always wanted a game like this because as a kid, I liked playing with Thomas the Train sets and just train sets in general. So I like to build the track and then run the trains on it. Well, now I can build a different style of track and play with a different style of train. And I can do I love the fact that it's set in this time period where we have steam engines, steam locomotives. Because I wanted the game, you have Train Sim, or Train World Sim, which you don't get to build the track. It's pretty much mostly diesels, if I remember right. I like to sit back and be able to cruise with the old steam locomotives and listen to them chug like this one's doing. So yeah, just a nice simple drive. I've kept the route mostly on the flat terrain. And then once you get to Loggy Camp, as you see, there is a little hill, which is a little sketchy when you're coming back with a full load. You kind of have to be watching your speed. I'm pretty sure any way you're going on it, you're going to have to be watching your speed when you go across it. It's just that type of piece of track. I really don't feel like I'm trying to make that a steeper grade where it's at. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll point it out when we get there. Matter of fact, I'm probably pretty sure Betsy could use some, yeah, she could use some fire. Okay, here comes a pretty steep grade, or we're starting to head towards the steep grade. Let's see if we can look out here. Yeah, we're going up a little bit. For the most part, the track should be about the same level-ish. There'll be some spots where it's not, obviously, but twisty bends. Believe it or not, the trains handle these bends like this really well. As you can see, I didn't have actually any issues. I thought I was gonna have some, didn't. My issue part was where I should have seen, but when I built the track, I didn't see it. Okay, she is losing some steam, so we'll give her some more wood. I have to start cranking her up a little bit, not that high, about 20%. Get her going a little bit. Oh, this thing has windows, that's cool. I didn't even know that. That's sick. Yeah, we've got our sander there, our whistle's right here, our bell is right here, then we have our regulator, our reverser, our brakes, and then our cylinder cocks. It is definitely a longer route, but it is definitely a lot more enjoyable. Because then I get to actually enjoy the train driving the steam locomotive aspect. Okay, here's that bend we're talking about, so we're going to have to definitely slow her down. Maybe not that much, because we won't make it over this grade. It is a pretty steep grade. Betsy. Come on, Betsy. You can do it. Alright, then we're over that. Now we're going to want to slow her down. Let her kind of start coasting in. Let the back cars back there kind of slow us down a little bit. And we're going to see. Okay, so, alright, we're right there. Switches are on the backside, that's right. Oh. We're rolling backwards. Start going about 10 in here. This is where some track gets a little rough. And can. Plus, there's no need to really kind of go that fast in here, as it is. Now, if I remember right, we're going to be taking the long way in, so we should come around the loop like that. I think that's how that switch is set. The way I have this set up over here could definitely be done better visually wise, but it works functionally wise. And that's what kind of matters right now. Something functional. I can touch up everything else later. That is kind of a sharp turn for that. Alright, which way are we headed? We're going to head right. Yep, so we're taking the back way. Alright. So as you can see, there are multiple different directions you can have. These outer two tracks here are our loop. It's the same track, we'll hit it on the same way. The other track there in the middle is for the other side, which we don't have the proper cars for yet. But that switch for that return of that one is right there. Probably should slow her down right here because there's a rough piece of track coming up too. We'll see here in a second how the switch is. Yeah, you can see how it kind of just. Plus, we can just kind of start letting her idle in, anyways. Should have just enough speed. Alright, now let's see if I can do this better. Last time it didn't go so well. I was backing up, backing up. Start applying some brakes. Not that much. Okay, so I need to get the center of that car with that. Start applying brakes now. That should be good. Alright. Fill you up, and then you should fill up that one. Alrighty, so everything is fully loaded. Now we can start heading back and go to sell it at the freight depot. Alright, make sure everything's good to go. Switches are great. Let's go ahead and chug on out of here. We've just put fire and okay, restart. We just put wood into the fire to help boil the water some more. Right, about 12. Can't remember if I can climb up any of these grades at 12 with this load or not. Betsy is a little bit of a powerhouse, but only problem with Betsy is she's a switcher, not a long jaunter. Which we'll get one of those trains eventually. We just gotta sell enough wood. I think what we're gonna do is use these cars, and just keep on keeping on selling with them, just like we are, until we get enough money to buy probably about 7 or 8 of the cars for the sawmill, or for the planks from the sawmill. And then when we can afford that and we do that, then what we'll do is we'll buy the cars, and then we'll go and chop all the trees down, probably end up back in the hole again. And then we'll use that money. Once we get out of the hole from there, then we'll go ahead and start buying a new locomotive, and then use Betsy as either a helper when we need it, or a switcher. Because as it is right now, I don't have another switch up here yet. I'm going to add another one for like a little yard to store these cars up here, but I don't have that right now, so it's gonna have to be stored down at the bottom. Oh, this is exactly the spot I was talking about. Everybody made it? Alright, awesome. Yeah, that was the spot I was talking about. I always forget it. Well, we survived that, barely. Okay, well, so for the most part, I don't want to let it die too much. Put her back up to 20. Seems just fine for this track. I wouldn't push it any faster than that. Not with Bets anyways. Because she hunts too much. Her wheelbase is way too short. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for a bit so you guys can hear Betsy. Killed some power there, so that way when we go into these S-curves, I'm not going too fast because I still don't trust them. I'm talking about this one right here. Especially look at that. It doesn't seem to be an issue. It seems to kind of just roll right on over it, but you never know with this game. You just want to be extra cautious. Alright, then after that, we can probably kick her back up again. About 20% on that one. That should get us fine. Give her a little whistle. that's cool. I know you can do that. Oh, that's gonna be a little weird kink. Cars handle it fine. Yeah, they're taking it just fine. Make sure we're watching overhead too. Alright, awesome. Keep on chugging. Oh, that is not good. I let the fire go down. Sorry, Betsy. I will let her coast and kind of build some pressure. Make sure the brake's off. Should have enough momentum going for now to kind of keep her going until she can build some pressure again. We hope. The only thing I don't like, as it is with Betsy right now, is I just can't see the fire, the water temperature to see how well it's going. Eventually, hopefully, he'll add that in or something like that, and that'll be great. Okay, come on, Betsy, I know. Come on, Betsy. Is it climbing? It looks like it's climbing a little bit. It's trying to. She got water. Nice, she got plenty of water. Come on, Betsy, I know you can build some pressure. Looks like she's trying to build pressure. Water's probably... Yep, there it goes. Okay, now we're good to go ahead and throw some... Go about 4 into here, because I'm pretty sure this is the yard coming up. Yep. Alright, we gotta go run up ahead and make sure that the switch is thrown, because I don't remember. And it is, and that is a sketchy corner, so we will slow down. Now we're probably going just fine. See, I haven't came in this way yet to see how well this acts on a heavy load. So we're gonna see. Seems to be doing just fine, but it's usually those last 2 cars back there that they like to go and do their own thing. And looks like we're good. Start getting ready for up here. Betsy got some strong brakes. Awesome. Alright. Unload you. Unload you. Unload you. What's nice is the way I parked. I can unload 4 cars. I would try the 5th one, but I don't want to risk it. I'm not gonna risk it for the biscuit today. Not yet anyways, probably later on, but we'll see. go ahead and throw that in there. Give it a little bit of throttle. Or pressure, my bad. Okay. And that gives us a whole building there to drop stuff, or to drop 2 cars off. Like, I mean, if we can't do that, then, or if I can't do that, then might be something wrong with me. Alright. Finish unloading these 2. We'll check and see what we're at. Mooney. We're getting there. It was at 1700 before that load. We're now sitting at 12. So we're getting some money rolling in now. Shouldn't take me too long. I'll probably do some more loads